Hey guys, Rachel Gravenoffer here with Cosmetics and Toiletries, coming to you with our latest Consumer Pulse Report slash what's new on C&T.com. And there's a lot because it's been, I think, 2 weeks. My last report was from the New York Suppliers Day. But I wanted to give us a quick roundup from what's been going on lately in terms of consumer insights as well as some things we've reported about the industry. So jumping right ahead, based on Google searches, I did a search in the last month, since it's been a couple weeks, looking at the topic of makeup globally under the beauty category. And so what is retrieving, if you see here up at the top, 2,600%, 2,450, this, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, I apologize, it's in Portuguese, Maquiagem junina, I think. And Maquiagem de Festa Junina. This relates to sort of the Brazilian Midsummer Festival. So as you can imagine, and then that's actually, by the time you see this, I think today is Wednesday, or you might see it by Friday, but Friday is Midsummer's Eve. So that's why there's so much activity around that right now. But I did a quick look to see what some examples of some makeup were. And so we've got some examples here for the festival for children, for adults as well. But so everyone, I guess, is gearing up to celebrate, you know, the midsummer time. It is just about summer. All right, so that's number one. Number two, let's see, I had to dig into, you could see this here in Japanese that I won't even be able to pronounce, but it's up 1,700% in searches. And so I did a quick Google Translate on this one, and I got Laminin facial toner or Laminin skin lotion. Based on that Google search, I did a little digging around to see what is going on in this regard. There wasn't anything from a news headline standpoint, but I did find that there are several different brands that have this Laminin skin care product. I haven't seen that term come up in a long time. I believe it's a peptide. I found an old report from C&Tv. This is from 2009, but about a laminin peptide for skincare. So it's coming up again, I guess you could say, at least on the Japanese circuit, but I thought that was worth pointing out. So that is it for Google Trends. Let me move along here. Exploding topics. I took a quick look. This is again in like the last 2 years. Up 99,000% in searches over that is this Glow Rice Ampoule. So obviously this is related to skin brightening, and you know, it's helping with gentle exfoliation, hydrating, and for sensitive skin. It also talks here a little bit about pore congestion and skin dullness. So in the last 2 years, this is on the climb according to Exploding Topics. And then for a second one, I thought this was sort of interesting. It's a little more on the food side, but we do take ideas from that edge of the world, I guess you could say. Shilajit honey. It's described here as being a natural product with a mineral-rich resin known for its health benefits. I believe when I looked this up, it was somewhere in the Himalayas, this Shilajit mineral source, almost a silt, I want to say. But this is honey harvested, I believe, from that region, and it's got these different health supplements described as wellness, energy, and immune support. So I thought it might be worth mentioning since it's on, 457% upswing here. You can see in January it hit the highest so far. But so that might be something worth looking at, especially from the food side. And then, as I mentioned, on the C&T circuit, I want to highlight, first of all, our condolences to Leonard Lauder, who passed away just a couple of days ago by the time of this report. It was on June 14th, surrounded by his family. So that was one of the major headlines this week and a big loss for the industry. We also did a product spotlight on the off-brand Clear Gel insect repellent. I called this one out. I thought it was interesting because the brand itself, as you can see kind of here on the label, talks about skin hydrating ingredients. And obviously, it's insect repellent. So I thought it was an interesting crossover into multifunctionality, which obviously we've seen as a big trend, more on the SPF in makeup side of things, or additional health benefits to skincare, but this was crossing over between insect repellent and skincare. We also did a recall roundup on some different things happening globally in beauty. You could see here mercury, hydroquinone, benzene, and bacteria raised some red flags. I'll let you read through this, but there are some names of brands called out here. Some were potential risk. Some were banned, not actual bans, but I guess they did recalls. Here in Jakarta, they had 91 brands that they found with mercury and hydroquinone in them, as well as some other labeling offenses. So we reported on that. And then last but not least, I thought this was an important and interesting story. Blood bacteria yields powerful anti-aging compounds. So this is indole-based metabolite efficacy from a study. That's what's reported in this study. I want to say, it doesn't say exactly where it was from. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm hopping all over here on the new study. Let's click over and see where that was. This is in the ACS publication. So this is the study talking about how these metabolites have anti-aging skincare activity. So just thought it was interesting to point out from a research side of things. So that is it for now. I'm going to wrap things up. Sorry it's been so long, but I hope you found this useful, if not a little entertaining, and hopefully we'll see you again sooner than last time. Take care. Thanks for joining me.